Before we get started on this video, I want to show you guys the quality of Rokoko. I have done a demo video in my last review, but I want to show you guys again with my new model to show you like how my mocap looks. So basically I can turn around. I have my iPhone chest mount so that way my face tracks no matter where I go, so I can literally be on the floor, which I gotta be careful because I have a small room and table. I can basically sit down. I can even lie down as well. I'm not gonna lie down completely, but overall I can definitely do some lying down with the Rokoko gear. And yep, yeah, and of course with the chest mount, because of the head rotation limitation, yeah, my face tracking could stop, but even then I can still have my full body tracking with my face tracking no matter where I go, with the exception of the certain head rotation, yeah. And of course finger tracking and all that. But yeah, now on to the video. Alright, so let's begin with Rokoko Video. Rokoko Video is a brand new free mocap webcam solution where if you don't want to buy the mocap suit, or you bought the mocap suit but you have a lot of deadlines going on, Rokoko Video is definitely a really great tool that is on the website of Rokoko and completely free to use, and you can definitely use it for your mocap usages, or making great renders very easily. So I highly recommend it, although there are some stuff to do keep in mind about. There are some limitations of Rokoko Video, such as VTubers can't use it for live mocap use. Of course, VTubers can use it to animate PVs or novels and such, but if you're planning on using it as a live mocap solution for your VTubing, like taking the data to VC face, that is sadly unavailable as of right now, but there are plans in the future to implement that, so looking forward to that. There is no finger tracking, but once again Rokoko does plan on implementing a system where you can utilize the Rokoko finger gloves and have the webcam solution at the same time. So that is something to keep in mind about. You cannot have finger tracking right now, so you'll have to record the finger tracking separately, basically in a separate project. And face capture is also not supported because once again, that's just a limitation of the program. It is brand new, but also to kind of explain this in depth, Rokoko Video's training data, basically the data that is fed into the Rokoko webcam tool thing, basically it just doesn't support, there's no training data for the fingers or for the face. You will probably need a higher solution, a higher resolution in order to get it working, but even then it's just a pain, basically. I am aware also Deep Motion does have that solution where the face tracking and the fingers work, but who knows what will happen. Maybe down the line, maybe Rokoko may figure out something regarding finger tracking via webcam and face tracking. But regardless though, till then though, probably in like a future update, Rokoko gloves and Rokoko's face capture app will be integrated with Rokoko Video, so you can have the option of having a more cheaper but full body solution when it comes to Rokoko Video. So that's something to take a look at. Multi-actor is also not supported as well. Once again, if you're like an industry user, you're an industry 3D user, and you plan on doing some more intense stuff, but you want to use webcam only, you're probably better off using Deep Motion, as they are a bit more established. Rokoko Video is currently right now still pretty brand new, so it's definitely going to take some time for Rokoko Video to basically catch up with how webcam mocap is capable of doing right now. So be patient with Rokoko though, but until then, if you really want the best of the best, you'll probably have to go with Deep Motion. Otherwise, give Rokoko Video a try. It's free. Have fun with it, and yeah. And Rokoko themselves have a tutorial on how to use Rokoko Video, so definitely check it out. There's also many in-depth reviews that goes into other different programs regarding Rokoko Video, so definitely check those out as well. But with that being said, though, hopefully that should at least kind of cover, like, this is the downside of Rokoko Video, but overall Rokoko Video has very stable feet grounding. When it comes to arm crossing, it's actually pretty decent. Overall, it's pretty decent. Not a replacement for the mocap suit though, because the webcam has occlusion. So let's say you're wearing, I don't know, a giant blanket over your body. That's not going to track. Rokoko Video will suffer. But with a mocap suit, you can have a blanket on and it will track. So keep that in mind, especially VTubers who are wondering what's the difference between webcam, mocap, and sensor-based or optical track solution. Well, optical track is pretty much similar as webcam though, but sensors don't have occlusion at all, but they're because of how depending on the solution you're trying to get, the sensors like VR, they have occlusion, so that's kind of a but if you're something like Slime VR, for example, they don't have occlusion at all. So Rokoko Mocap don't have occlusion, but Rokoko Video have, because it's a webcam solution and it relies on the human body for, you know, to detect the, like, our bodies in order to track it. And also another thing as well, some people may ask if Rokoko Video can track animals and babies. Yes and no. It could probably work, but it ain't gonna be the best. So once again, Rokoko Video clearly is just a humanoid rig. It's a very simple webcam tracking website little tool thing. It's integrated in the website. You can't do super insane stuff, but you can do pretty amazing stuff. If you plan on going super insane, you either have to buy the Rokoko Mocap suit, or you might as well probably go for a different solution that is probably, you know, not restricted on humanoid. But even then, most mocap solutions assume that a human body is gonna utilize it, not really a baby or an animal. But there are webcam solutions. There are GitHubs where they do have some animal mocap solutions. You could probably check those out, although you probably have to learn some coding for it. But there are some solutions for animal mocap, but that's something completely different from Rokoko Video, so keep that in mind. But overall, that should overall, just in a nutshell of Rokoko Video, all you have to do is just go to a website, load in video or record a video. After you get the video processing and stuff, which if the video takes too long to process, just email support@rokoko.com. They will make sure to take care of you and cover all your issues, or at least, you know, hopefully get the issue fixed, or at least explain why the issue is happening. You can also contact the Discord server if you wish, but do keep in mind you might be a bit better off contacting support@rokoko.com for Rokoko Video issues. And you know, basically also you could probably try a different browser that could probably help you out with the Rokoko Video processing issues. But besides that though, make sure that, you know, once the video is done processing, you make sure you have Rokoko Beta's free program. So get that free program, and after that, you should be pretty much good to go from there. Just edit the mocap in the program, export as FBX, BVH, depending on what rig you want. There's a lot of settings when it comes to export, and they'll definitely help you out with Unreal Engine, Maya, Blender, Cinema 4D, any program that supports FBX or BVH. Definitely play around with it. So definitely play around with it, and it's free. You do not have to buy Rokoko Plus for Rokoko Video. It's completely free and amazing, so give it a try. But that should pretty much cover overall my points on Rokoko Video. I recommend it. It's not as good as the mocap suit, of course, but it's definitely really impressive. So if you want to stay on the budget side of mocap, then I definitely recommend stick with Rokoko Video. Or if you're a VTuber trying to get a webcam solution, try webcam motion capture, Ribla, 3D pose tracker, or TDPT iOS. They have BMC support, and you can definitely utilize it, and you can have webcam mocap in case you want to try something other than a leap motion. Overall, let's go ahead and talk about the hardware stuff. Okay, so now in this review, we're now gonna go from Rokoko Video to hardware stuff. Now I do want to mention though, before we do get in depth with the hardware, I do want to kind of quickly glance over regarding the before ordering the Rokoko hardware, because I will say right now there is a chip shortage that is still happening when it comes to any sort of mocap technology. Slime VR is suffering with it. I don't know if Mocap is dealing with it, but basically almost every mocap industry is suffering with chip shortages. And because of the chip shortages, it makes it a lot harder to get mocap gears to other people. So there's going to be a price increase in February for Rokoko's hardware, so do keep that in mind. It's recommended that you should probably order as soon as you can. So if you plan on getting Rokoko anytime soon, you might want to get it now, either this month or January, before February hits, before that price increase happens, because inflation is a killer. But even Zenzo, besides that, I will say, originally, before I got my Rokoko gear, I bought my mocap suit on August and I bought my gloves on October. It took a couple months for it to arrive. I got my gloves on January, but I got my mocap suit on February. And basically, ever since I got my mocap gear, I had some issues. So gloves, I had connection issues because I had no idea what I was doing. I think this was like when I was just I didn't know much about Wi-Fi stuff, so I had to kind of like, I don't know, I was experimenting with it, and I got the gloves to work finally after realizing that I shouldn't be connecting to the modem, but I should have connected with the Google Nest that I have. So it definitely helped me out. As for the mocap suit, basically, the mocap suit kind of it kept dying this entire year, but recently I got my wires replaced, and now my mocap suit never dies again, basically. It might die in the future, but at least I now know that for a more permanent fix, it's actually, I have just my wiring issue, basically. But I'm overall really happy, with my stuff now. I'm just glad it's all fixed, that I can do my stuff, and I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm really happy about that. I definitely will say, as a recommendation, for the love of God, please buy extended warranty if you can. By default, you'll have 1-year warranty, but if you do have an extra 100 or 200 bucks that you could spare for Rokoko, please contact sales@rokoko.com and make sure that you tell them, hey, I want an extension on my warranty before you get the suit and the gloves, because oh boy, that's going to save you for a long time. It will make sure that your gear lasts a lot longer, because you'll be getting free replacements. Well, I mean, technically you paid for it though, but even then, throughout your time, you'll be getting, you don't have to pay every time for a replacement or parts, and it's definitely just awesome. So I definitely recommend, if you can, contact sales@rokoko.com, extend your warranty. I couldn't get mine. I sadly got denied because I was 6 to 7 months late. But yeah, highly recommend. I'll make sure to also video edit some screenshots of the pricing, some information I got regarding the warranty, but also the parts as well. So hopefully that should probably help you out in case you are curious about what happens after warranty, basically. Now, besides that though, and yes, by the way, even if you are out of warranty, you can still talk to support@rokoko.com. But if you plan on getting like new sensors, or you have Rokoko themselves fix your suit, it will cost you. But getting free advice, you should be fine, and the tech people still get paid anyway, so don't worry. Now, besides the whole warranty thing, I definitely also will also say as well, just make sure you have the warranty stuff. And also, the big thing I want to say was, please, when you do get your mocap suit, please smother love to support@rokoko.com, because support@rokoko.com, those are your saviors. They will be the ones, I think they have the customer service, like, for the orders, and they also have the tech support there as well. So if you need any Rokoko issue at all, you can, technically you could resort to the Rokoko Discord server, but keep in mind that there are going to be certain issues that I can't fix, or other people can't fix, because for the most part, when it comes to the Rokoko Discord server, it's a great place to share your artwork, get notified of any sort of, challenges, webinars, and all that. Like, it's a great place. I definitely recommend to join it if you're a Rokoko user, but just try not to use the Rokoko Discord server. Like, don't over rely on it for every issue fix. I mean, there's still, once again, there are still really great information that if you go to the Discord server and hunt it down, there's some great valuable information that you can utilize. But let's say stuff like the wire issue that I mentioned about the mocap suit, because my suit kept dying because of the wire. That's something that I sadly can't fix. You will have to contact support@rokoko.com for getting some parts fixed, replaced, all that stuff basically. Mainly just for the hardware stuff really, but anything like program related, you could also once again contact support@rokoko.com, or you can speak with the Rokoko beta devs at the Discord server and give some feedback to them. And all that. I'll make sure once again to have all the links in the description for the resources regarding Rokoko, where you can request for features, more information about Rokoko, all that stuff. And yeah. And that's pretty much the main thing I wanted to make sure I address. Support@rokoko.com is literally your friend. If you have hardware issues, I definitely recommend emailing them. But once again, if you're in a hurry, like I said, there are some ways, which I will cover later. There are some ways you can kind of, I guess, do some quick troubleshooting with your suit so it can work for a temporary amount of time. But before I get into that sort of stuff, I want to go over each hardware. So let's start off with the iPhone mount. I am currently wearing the iPhone mount right now. And basically, I can stand up. It's not on my head. And basically, I can move around with my face always still tracked no matter what. Of course, keep in mind there are limitations with the iPhone mount. Like, you can't break dance with your goddamn iPhone mount. But it's definitely pretty good. So if you don't want to have a head mount that strains your neck, like especially a VTuber, if you're a VTuber trying to get the Rokoko Mocap suit and you want to have your face tracking follow you for like chat streams, like right now I'm standing up, I definitely do recommend the iPhone mount. It's just $120. You can also just, there are some other iPhone mounts you can get for a bit cheaper, but then again, this one's a bit, this one's pretty sturdy. After Rokoko posted their tutorial on how to actually put on the iPhone mount, and after that, oh boy, that tutorial literally changed my everything, because now I actually do love my iPhone mount, and I'm really happy about it. So I definitely recommend the iPhone mount. Let's say, if you're trying to do like simple casual mocap like this, or just you're a VTuber and you want to chat and stuff, like simple chatting like with your full body and you're standing. Although, if you're a VTuber and you're just sitting down all the time, I would just recommend buying an $8 tripod. You're better off with that. It's a lot cheaper and it's sturdy as long as you get the right one. And the other thing as well, if you plan on doing break dances, like if you're a VTuber breakdance, or if you're someone, an animator or mocap artist who wants to do breakdancing mocap, you are better off without face capture at all. Like, I know we want to have our body tracked and the face tracked at the same time, no matter the movement, but there are some certain movements that face capture might just not work out with. In fact, if you have if you're doing break dances and you have this chest mount or head mount, you probably might get a medical bill. So just be very careful. You could try getting a small head mount, but then again, just be super careful. Just be very careful on whatever you're doing with your desired mount. You could do head mount, chest mount, really just up to you on what you're comfortable with, budget wise and just comfortability. So just keep that in mind, but I definitely love my Rokoko chest mount. I still use my tripod whenever I do like live streams and such, because I do have to type on the keyboard. Although I definitely do want to use my chest mount even more, because I definitely do love the goddamn thing. Although regarding head mount, there's a little theory that I have that I think secretly Rokoko might be making a head mount. Who knows? Who knows if Rokoko might be making a head mount? If Rokoko makes a head mount, I'll buy in a heartbeat. I just hope it won't be super expensive, but if Rokoko can make a really good iPhone head mount, I will literally give Rokoko a kiss. But we'll see. I will manifest the Rokoko iPhone head mount And if it happens, oh, it's going to be heaven. As long as it's affordable, of course. But that's gonna be amazing. But if it happens, I'm gonna definitely review that thing. But there is a perception neuron head iPhone helmet, which I'll make sure once again to have another set of links for the iPhone head mounts in case you do want it, and a direct link to where you can get the Rokoko chest mount and stuff, and also where I got my my iPhone tripod in case you want to buy the $8 one. But yeah, that's something I want to say regarding the iPhone mount. As for gloves, these gloves are made out of titanium. I know, not literally, that's a figurative speech for they're strong as heck, basically. But the gloves are really strong. I've hardly had issues with them. The only time I had issues was because of the one beta update with the finger tracking that it derped out my gloves. I had to get new ones. But after that, it's been pretty good. I will say Rokoko beta still has some derpy finger movements on beta. I don't know why. But it works. It works, but I can never understand why Rokoko still has derpy fingers. Like Rokoko, I'm using Rokoko Legacy and the fingers are just fine, but beta's a bit of a derp. I don't know. But that's more of a software issue than the hardware issue, so we should be good. So I didn't record this part of the video with my mocap suit, but I want to make sure that you hear this information. It's regarding Rokoko Legacy and Rokoko Beta. Rokoko Beta is basically the newest version of the Rokoko program, and Rokoko Legacy being the old version. Rokoko Legacy is stable, but there's no more updates for Rokoko Legacy, while Beta's the one that's getting more updates, you know, hence Beta. And it is planned to be on stable release as of 2023, which I definitely look forward to. Overall, I really do like the UI of Rokoko Beta. I love the 200 FPS. I love the elevation tracking. I especially look forward to the upcoming big update somewhere around 2023, which has the reduced magnetic interference update, which is actually I'm really excited about. I really hope the update goes really well, so that way I don't have crazy drifting arms as much as I used to. So I definitely look forward to that. I also love the animation tools that they have for simple motion capture cleanup stuff. And yeah, I definitely overall, you know, really nice. Even motion library has been fixed. They have offline mode. Also, there are some limitations, but it's still there, so I'm really happy about that. And even the cloud service support, so that way if I want to transfer my projects from one computer to another, it's a lot more easier than before. So I definitely am really happy about that. If I were to say my main problem with Rokoko Beta is primarily the fingers. I'm not sure why. For some reason, even after, because I did get a glove replacement in the past, for some reason the fingers still look borked. Like the tracking, you know, is good, but for some reason, I guess it's probably some calibration issue, I guess, where no matter how I pose my hands and stuff, either my four fingers would just crunch up into each other like a crushed candy bar, or my thumb sticks out too much for live streaming. I'm not sure what's going on, but hopefully the devs will be able to fix it. I really hope I don't have to replace another pair of gloves, especially if I go out of warranty, because I don't got another $1,000 for freaking replacement. But I'm sure it'll get fixed soon enough, though. I believe in them. But that's pretty much my main complaint, really. But overall, I definitely do love the Rokoko Beta as a whole, and I definitely look forward to more updates and its stable release somewhere around 2023. So that's really exciting. As for Legacy, of course, it's the old version. The Rokoko Legacy doesn't have too much. I mean, it still has the core of the program, you know, video reference, the virtual production is there, and all that, basically. But even then, though, I primarily just use Rokoko Legacy because of the fixed fingers. But hopefully, when beta does get to a point where I don't have borked fingers for live streaming anymore, I definitely would love to use Rokoko Beta on my VTubing stuff more. But that's pretty much all I mainly have to say regarding Rokoko Legacy and Beta, and definitely looking forward to more updates in the future. Alright, so let's go ahead and speak more in depth about the suit. Now, as you already know as I mentioned pretty much earlier, during my whole rambling, basically my suit, I had a lot of issues with it. And just recently I have it where now my suit works perfectly fine and no longer really has issues anymore. So that's the point where I'm going to get into now. When you do order your suit, you have like a 50% chance. I don't know why. I don't think this is really Rokoko's fault, but rather more of the manufacturers and the fact that there's a chip shortage and all that crazy stuff. So I can kind of understand why this happens. But basically, you'll have a 50% chance of your suit dying and not working, and then you have another 50% where your suit will end up working. But then you also have that tiny percent where even if it does work, you're going to have a handful of issues throughout the year, basically. So, basically, I was the one where my suit was functioning perfectly well, and then eventually started having issues after, I think, was it like 3 weeks after using the suit or something? I don't remember. But all I know is that the first months I had the suit, everything was going well. I was learning some stuff, and then boom, I got a lot of issues, and oh boy, I have contacted support, tech support so many times. They pretty much already know, my whole suit situation by heart. So yeah. Now, the thing is, though, I will say this. I do kind of believe that when it comes to, the most common issue that you'll probably get with your mocap suit, if this happens to you, is that your sensors stop working. Basically, on the program, is detected as gray. If I were to sort of give you an idea an idea on what could possibly be the issue, probably it's a wiring issue, because after I've done a lot of debugging with tech support and stuff, I came to realize that pretty much recently what actually made the suit like permanently, or at least for a long time, actually no longer broke or anything, it was apparently the wires. And I think it could once again the whole wire situation could be the manufacturer's fault. Once again, I don't know. But all I can say is that if your sensors do end up not working anymore, it's probably a wire issue. It could also be the fact that your sensors are probably on bootloader mode, which basically you'll need a bat file, which, reminder, I have all the resources in the description. I'll try to make sure to put all the files there as best I can to hopefully help you out. But usually for bootloader mode issues for the sensors, usually what you'll see is that a sensor will probably be blinking green. If you see that that's probably a bootloader issue on the sensor, then what you have to do is you have to use the bat file, and you have to go through the instructions from the bat file, which I'll link in the description for the suit. And basically you should use that, and it should hopefully help with your issues. Otherwise, contact support at rokoko.com, and they should hopefully be able to fix the issues for you. But that's kind of like the other sensor issue that can happen to you. Another thing as well, and I'm definitely going to recommend this to everyone, but when you do get your mocap suit, I highly recommend, even if you don't need it, it's highly recommend that you ask the tech support to send you a repair kit, and just send extra wires. Even if there's no issue with your suit at all, not yet, but I would recommend definitely requesting a repair kit. It will save you in the long run, in case, like, let's say you have a deadline, right? You have a deadline, and you have to make some mocap, and your suit died out of nowhere. Let's say some of the sensors are broken. Well, if you request for the repair kit ahead of time, you could be able to use the extra wire that support gave you, so that way you can quickly fix up the suit, at least for, the recording that you're doing for your deadline, basically. Also, if by any chance, let's say, for example, let's say you do have a deadline, you didn't ask for a repair kit, or maybe you did, but you already used up your wires, and let's say, you're still struggling with the suit ain't working. What do you do with that? So, some troubleshooting tips I would say, of course, first, try using the bat file that is in the description. Try using that first. If the bat file refuses to fix your suit, once again, I do have another bat file in the description that should also work with gloves too. So if you have glove issues, it's down there as well. But gloves, gloves should be perfectly fine. The suit is like a but for the suit, if the bat file don't work, what you'll have to do is you'll have to unzip the part. So it depends. So let's say, for example, your right leg sensor, one of the sensors is not turning on. It's gray. What you'll have to do is you have to use look at the Rokoko Beta or Rokoko Legacy or Rokoko Studio program and look at it and see where the the damaged sensor at, or the the inactive sensor. Find where the sensor is IRL, and then what you're going to do, if you have the repair kit, use a 3D printed mount and basically open up the sensor. And what you're going to do is you're going to unplug. So you're going to be very careful with the wires, which is the reason why they're $5, because they're kind of cheap, so be careful with them. So be very delicate when removing the wire. Usually for me, I tend to break them when I tug on the wire. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. So I usually have to take out the wire from the white base of the wire thing, and that allows me to make sure I don't break anything. Rest in peace my fingernails for that. But basically just unplug and replug the wire into the sensor, close up, and you're good. If you don't have the repair kit 3D printed mount, I would say you could. It depends on the sensor. Some sensors may have a loose cover, so you could remove it with your fingers only. If by any chance the sensor cover is too tight, you would probably, it depends what you have at home. You could probably try using something at home that could, as long as you're delicate, you could probably use some sort of like, I guess like pliers, for example, but be careful. Something like pliers, for example, to try and pry the cover off, but said be careful. But that could be like a sort of quick solution if you're really in a rush to try and fix your stuff. So disconnecting the wire could probably help you, but be very quick about it, because it might act up again. So be mindful about that. And besides that issue, there could be some other issue that also happen with the suit, such as Wi-Fi connection. Now, as for Wi-Fi connection, basically for that, it really depends. It's kind of like how I mentioned in my iPhone face mocap tutorial, where basically I said that some people may have the rare issue where no matter what they do, the thing will never connect. And then there could be those where it's kind of like harder to find the issue, but the solution is like there. So for instance, let's say, the scenario is that your suit is not showing up on beta, despite saying that it's connected. That could probably be a firewall issue, so you'll have to probably try and manually register Rokoko into the firewall. What happens if that doesn't work? Well, if you are connecting your mocap suit to a modem, you're doing it wrong. Try using a dedicated router. If you don't have a dedicated router, you might as well buy one. But what if you are using a dedicated router? That can get a little bit more trickier. If you know any sort of way of pinging, like checking how your mocap suit, or basically how Rokoko pings to your PC or something like that, trying to figure out your PC connection. I don't know much on pinging. I know that's just a thing with when it comes to deep debugging with iPhone connection stuff, so I'm gonna probably assume you could probably do that with a mocap suit. But that could be something that you could try to do. But if by any chance, even after the firewall, changing routers or double checking, you might want to try moving to different places. So number one rule definitely is that make sure your router is right next to where your mocap suit is. The closer, the better, although not too close though, make sure you got room. But basically, if the router's in the room, you should have the best connection. If your router is in a different room, you're going to have connection issues. So please make sure mocap suit is in the area of the router. and let's say you did that and it still doesn't work. Probably at that point, you might want to contact support@rokoko.com. But if support@rokoko.com doesn't, let's say they try their best and there's still no solution, you might want to contact your ISP as a last resort. Although usually for situations like that, though, mainly what I did was I set the connection on Rokoko Beta or Legacy. I set it to manual, and that's mainly what helped fix my issue, basically. So that's how I did it, but hopefully those little troubleshooting tips regarding Wi-Fi stuff should probably help you out in case you do have those sort of issues. But besides those issues and just a bit of some stuff with the sensors, for the most part, it just kind of depends. Now, there's also the issue as well. There's this issue that I've actually experienced one time before. It's basically where the suit, this is kind of similar to the Wi-Fi connection error, where basically my suit, it would not go to hotspot mode. Instead, it would just flash red, basically. So in order to fix that issue, once again, it's setting your connection on Rokoko Beta or Legacy to manual. That should probably help out with your issue if you have like the red light on your sensor, on your hub actually. Like it's red, it doesn't go on hotspot mode, it just refuses to connect. You might want to set it to manual, or once again double check your firewall. But if by any chance something like that happens, you did all that and you did all the Wi-Fi troubleshooting and it still doesn't work, you might want to request support@rokoko.com to send the suit back in order to probably get a deep check to make sure everything's all working fine. So yeah, and that's just basically just an extra thing with the whole Wi-Fi thing. But also, if by any chance there could be some cases where let's say your hub does not turn on its light at all. That is definitely something that it's probably something with a manufacturing or something. It depends on the suit, really, on when it arrived or how long you had it. But if the suit never turns on, you definitely need to send that suit back to Rokoko and have the repair team check your suit, or at least talk with support@rokoko.com to see if you can have a remote fix. If not, you're probably gonna have to send it back if it never turns on. And yeah, for the most part, most of the issues regarding the Mocap suit has to be solved with support team, as it is kind of just tricky. Now, unless you are someone who develops their own Mocap solution, or you do a lot of technology stuff, and you do soldering of wires and all that crazy stuff, technically, to a certain degree, you should be able, like, if you know your way towards wires and repairing Mocap tech, if you know how to fix it, let's say physically your wire is damaged and you know how to fix it, by all means, you should be a-okay. If by any chance, like, you have to, also, the thing too, is that if you're replacing wires on the Mocap suit and such, technically it doesn't void your warranty, unless, let's say for example, you turn your Mocap suit into a robot, and you're not using the sensors for the Mocap, you're using it to power a robot. Something like that would be an example of voiding your warranty, I believe. I would definitely advise, if you're curious about voiding warranty, talk with support@rokoko.com about your specific case about it. But from what I know, you should be able to replace your sensors, your wires, and you should be able to keep your warranty. But once again, it just kind of depends. But you should be fine, though. But if you have to repair the suit yourself, if you know what you're doing, you should be a-okay, I hope. But either way, though, hopefully that at least covers the, that extra part, especially the little tiny segment about avoiding warranty. Please make sure you keep in mind about that. But you should be perfectly fine. In fact, a little thing I do want to say, if by any chance you are sending your Mocap suit back to Rokoko for repairs or checkups, the way you're going to be sending your mocap suit back, you're going to send only the wires and the sensors. You're not going to be sending your textile back, basically the suit covering. You're only going to send back the wires, the hub, and the sensor stuff, and you're going to put in a nice little box, and you're going to send it off to Rokoko, and they take care of it for you. And then they should be able to have like video instructions regarding like you know, how do you prep up everything and all that. And it's actually pretty simple to remove the sensors from the suit. Basically, you just have to unzip each part of the suit, take out the sensors from the Velcro, and then start from the hub and just kind of like slowly yoink it out. Do one mocap limit at a time. Also, do excuse me for a moment as I do have Wi-Fi issues on my end, so if you see my suit acting up, I do apologize in advance. But either way, hopefully that should cover at least most of the mocap suit issues. I definitely will say though, if you are someone who has a lot of deadlines and you have to keep making mocap over and over and over, like I said, there's a chance where your mocap suit will act perfectly fine. But if by any chance, like, you got your suit, you have a lot of deadlines, and the suit is just breaking a lot on you. For that sort of case, I definitely would recommend just use Rokoko Video temporarily if your suit refuses to work, or you don't have time to talk with tech support. You might have to utilize Rokoko Video until you get your suit fixed. Which I am aware I know a couple of Vtubers who have their mocap suits, and basically for the most part they kind of just use their VR system instead of Rokoko, because like their leg sensor would be broken or their left arm is broken or something, which is pretty much a shame that some parts do end up breaking, which at least I am glad that, you know, for me it was just a wiring issue, but once again, some others may be a bit unfortunate. So it's kind of like very mixed regarding each suit's like strengths, basically. But yeah, I would just be careful if you have a lot of deadlines though. If you want to spend money on Rokoko, by all means, I definitely do like the suit. Despite it having issues, I'm kind of pretty patient when it comes to tech issue stuff, as I understand that it does take a long time to debug it. So for my case, I'm understanding of it, although some other people may have different views regarding tech support and how much time they need their stuff to get fixed. And yeah, but hopefully oh yeah, the other thing as well, if you are a Vtuber, let's say, you're a Vtuber who wants to use a suit for Vtubing, right? Now, this is kind of like a bit of a 50-50. Now, there's, on one hand, Vtubers who don't like wearing the suit at all. In fact, they rather have something like Mocap or Slime VR, where you just slap on, basically, they want to, basically some Vtubers want to have it a bit more convenient to put on the sensors, basically. So if you're that type of Vtuber who prefers comfortability over quality, I would probably not recommend the Rokoko suit, as you probably may not like the suit. I mean, I'm fine with the suit though, but some people may say it's itchy, or they just don't like wearing the suit, like they don't want to put the suit every time they stream. So I can understand why, you know, there's that. So yeah. But it could also be the fact of what you want to do as a Vtuber. Like, if you're going to be a track runner Vtuber or a cooking Vtuber or something like that, yeah, I don't recommend Rokoko, as, you know, either metal issues, or if you're going to be a track runner and you're sweating a lot, yeah, the suit ain't going to do you so well. You are better off with probably a VR solution that is wireless in that case. But if you are a Vtuber though, who wants the, you know, at least the best quality that is at least affordable, despite Rokoko increasing their prices, Rokoko still technically remains as the most affordable mocap suit. not mocap solution. Webcam exists, but when it comes to mocap suits, Rokoko, besides the DIY mocap suits that technically exist but not mentioned a lot, basically they're the most affordable. So if you want to have the most joint movements and I guess the most accuracy, and you don't mind spending the money and you don't mind wearing the suit and such, then yeah, go ahead and invest in Rokoko. For me, I don't mind wearing the suit. I love using the suit to practice with animation stuff on the side, and it's also great for me to learn more about how suits are done, such as metal issues, how to do some cleanup, and also just getting that sort of industry feeling, which I really like about Rokoko. Like, you know, they're because I bought my mocap suit set up for $3,500, about that much, and I definitely do like it for VTubing and animation purposes. But once again, it's really up to you, really. If you prefer comfortability over quality, or quality over comfortability, or maybe you prefer a wired solution, depending on your setup, or maybe it's just really up to you. Or if you're someone who does a lot of VR related stuff, you might want to go with VR rather than a mocap suit, as Rokoko isn't. Rokoko does not work with Steam VRs, basically. So yeah. Although I will get into the I'll get into a little bit more on the VR stuff with the Rokoko suit though, but overall, hopefully that should at least cover the mocap suit side of stuff. But definitely let me know though, because I am aware that I probably might have missed out a couple of tiny important details, as everyone's situation is very different. But if I were to say my take on the mocap suit, I do love it. I do wish that the wires were more stronger though, so that way there would be less connection issue with the sensors, at least depending on the person. Although I still do like how they are at least affordable though, so when your warranty does expire, if you do need a heck ton of wires to replace for your suit, at least it's pretty affordable basically. So I do like that. But also it's like a curse, and it's a curse and a blessing basically. But either way though, you know, I definitely love the suit, but really up to you on, you know, maybe you may hate it because of the shipping, or maybe you hate it because magnetic interference or all that stuff. But it's up to you though. I'm just giving you my point of view of the Rokoko suit and my experience with it. But feel free, once again, if you want to get some more insight on the mocap suit from other people, definitely YouTube is a great place to check out from other Rokoko members, but also the Discord server as well for Rokoko, as they do have a lot of pretty good information there. But overall, let's go on and move on to a bit more in detail as to VTubing and even VRChat stuff for the Rokoko mocap suit. Oh, and there's actually one thing I forgot to also specify, that I didn't get to record my mocap suit, so I'll be using just normal iPhone capture. But basically it's regarding Rokoko's face capture subscription. So the thing about that is that if by chance you're a VTuber, right? If you're going to be doing a lot of VTubing, and let's say you don't have much money and stuff, I don't really recommend Rokoko face capture, as it does cost quite a lot yearly. I think it's about $400-ish per year, $400 per year, probably $500 a year, around that. I mainly would recommend it for more industry users who want to have it, their face capture and their mocap body data to match at the same exact time. That's the main reason I would recommend Rokoko face capture. But besides that though, if you're looking for more cheaper alternatives, it would probably be iFacial Mocap or Face Motion 3D if you want something kind of equivalent to Rokoko, except cheaper basically. But I have tried Rokoko face capture. It is good, although hopefully in the future the Rokoko devs will add even more to face capture, so that way there's even more value, such as customized settings and just a lot more like smoothness features and stuff. So yeah. Now, I do also want to make sure I address these extra stuff as well. First and foremost, can you use Rokoko for VTubing? Yes, I have made a tutorial on how to get Rokoko data to VCFace using VirtualD's Rokoko WMC program. I highly recommend check it out. Link in description for the tutorial. Just download the free program in the description. Just keep in mind, VirtualD is no longer working on the Rokoko WMC program, so please keep that in mind. Although I will say though, definitely after I tinkered a bit with Unity, and I was able to sort of re-replicate the program though, so it is actually pretty easy to make if you want to make your own solution, I guess, for it. It's not that hard, but do keep in mind, like for me, I'm still learning some stuff though, but overall, the program is still there. It's completely free. Use it however you want. And that should hopefully allow your data from Rokoko going into VCFace, so that way you can do what I do, doing this whole mocap. And yes, it also supports Rokoko face capture as well, so that's also really awesome too. Now, besides that though, I will also mention this as well, because I know some people are going to ask me about this. Can Rokoko work on VR games or even VRChat? So Rokoko working on VR games, no. Rokoko sensors are not translated into Steam VR. I believe there's a way of getting the Rokoko sensors to be translated to Vive trackers, like each sensor and stuff. But then again though, it's gonna be kind of tedious. We'll have to see what the Rokoko devs say, honestly. I think they said no, but who knows, maybe they might know a way of getting the Rokoko Mocap suit translated into Vive trackers or something, so maybe it could be used on VR games. So keep an eye out for that. Who knows, maybe when Rokoko beta turns stable, maybe, but we'll have to wait to see what virtual production on Rokoko beta will provide. Maybe it may never happen, maybe it will happen. Now, as for VRChat though, technically, yes. Thanks to VRChat's update regarding the OSC, and even working for standalone quests, yes, you can be able to have mocap suits working inside of VRChat. Now, I'm not really much of a VRChat person, but I will tell you, if you really want to get Rokoko into VRChat, there is no program that is specifically for Rokoko, sending it directly from Rokoko Studio to VRChat. But if you really want it, what you can do is use the Rokoko WMC program, which I've distributed in my video. Get Rokoko Beta or Legacy, have Rokoko, on, send the data to Rokoko WMC, send the data to VCFace, and then utilize VCFace's VRChat OSC experimental setting. At the settings, you scroll down and the settings there, just enable it and give it a try, and that's probably going to be a way where you can get Rokoko data working in VRChat. I can't confirm it, but I definitely would love to see some VRChat people with the Rokoko suit give it a try, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. But I'm pretty sure there are some people who already have put their Rokoko Mocap suit inside of VRChat, so at least there are ways, or unless if there's a developer who wants to create a custom program for Rokoko, be my guess, but there's that solution until there is like a more direct solution from Rokoko to VRChat, basically. Now, besides that though, I definitely will say overall, though, I do like the mocap suit. I do love my Rokoko gloves. I love the iPhone mount. I definitely love Rokoko video, and just overall, I've just been really happy. Especially, another cool thing as well, in case you are interested. So let's say you can't afford a mocap suit at all, but you want to maybe win a Rokoko mocap suit, probably. Rokoko, it's not monthly challenges per se, but more like occasional events. Hopefully it'll become more monthly like it used to. But there are occasional events where Rokoko will have giveaways or challenges. So there'll be webinars where if you sign up for the webinars, you can join the raffle on getting like, face capture license or the gloves or the suit or iPhone mount for free. Just join the webinars and you can get some free stuff, which is really awesome. Another cool thing as well is there are challenges. There's a challenge this month actually, at least in the making of this video. It's called the Rokoko Love Makes a Move challenge, where it's a very big prize pool, so I definitely recommend checking it out. But if you're seeing this video in the future, like after the love challenge happened, just keep in mind there is definitely going to be more challenges in the future, and I do look forward to it. Definitely check out the Rokoko Discord server, as there will be announcements early before it hits the Rokoko social media. There are the early announcements on the Discord server about webinars or even the challenges, and there's a lot more information that you can even get and more help regarding these challenges there. So it's a great place to hang out and maybe get some help, so it could probably boost your chances of basically getting the prizes basically. But overall though, besides that, also there are some challenges where you can actually even earn money as well, so it's definitely really cool of Rokoko. Rokoko, once again, they are Rokoko definitely does love giving out free or giveaway stuff, so so I definitely look forward to more challenges and all that. But yeah, overall, I hope that covers pretty much everything when it comes to the Rokoko products, though. I definitely love it, and I really do enjoy it. And, yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you don't like Rokoko, I'd love to hear why you don't like Rokoko. If you are a Rokoko user yourself and you want to share your experience in the comments, feel free to comment down. Just let me know what you think. And if you have any other questions, you can feel free to contact me in the social below, or if you have any hardware issues, contact support@rokoko.com, as they will be happy to help you out on your mocap issues and such. And hopefully we can help each other out on, using Rokoko products to make something even better, basically. And definitely I also will say as well, before I do end the video, definitely Rokoko Beta has gotten a lot better ever since the last time I reviewed Rokoko back then. Oh boy, Rokoko Beta really looks good. My main issue is just the finger tracking looking a little derpish than Legacy, because Legacy, my fingers look good. I don't know why Beta looks a little derp, but even then though, it still works on me. The quality looks really nice. I love the 200 FPS. Just overall, I just love it. I even love the cleanup tool that they have. It's really awesome. I even love their elevation tracking. That one's actually really good. I played around with it and I just really enjoyed it. The elevation tracking only works on V2 mocaps because of the hardware and the data that goes into the V2 suit. V1 sadly can't. They have an outdated hardware, but you can still use V1 suits with Rokoko Beta, or you can stick with Legacy. But either way, though, I will still use Legacy, but I will also still be using Beta depending on my usages. So honestly, I'm just kind of like mixed between the two basically. So I'm just going to utilize both Beta and Legacy. But maybe next year though, I will probably do the full switch to Rokoko Beta, as I really do enjoy the program. But hopefully after they fix the last tiny issues, and hopefully become stable, I'm definitely going to hopefully upgrade. So yeah. But with that being said though, please check out Rokoko. Check out my, make sure to contact me on my socials or contact support@rokoko.com. Make sure you subscribe to Rokoko, because oh boy, they do stream on Thursdays or sometimes earlier. You could get a lot of amazing information, or you can even get free mocap from Sam himself. So I definitely recommend checking out Rokoko. They have all the stuff there. It's just awesome. But yeah, with that being said though, hope you have a lovely day. Hika, sayonara everyone. I hope to see you guys next time, okay?